everyone, and welcome to my channel Hisame Artwork. I've returned to my vlog series. I know many of you liked it back then, but it just takes up so much time. I never got around to continuing it, so sorry. But now it's back. Anyway, I thought we'd talk a bit about world building in stories. And since Fantastic Beasts 2 is coming out, I thought maybe we can talk about the wizarding world. I liked Harry Potter as a kid, but I always thought this house separation idea was pretty wonky ever since I saw it. Being separated based on your personality really reminds me of Monster High and Sailor Moon. And later in life, it just seemed like a bad idea to put labels on a kid before they ever got a chance to do anything. And even as an adult, you really should be with people that balance you, not people that exacerbate your attributes. This is why I really loved Avatar The Last Airbender. It's a great show. Go watch it. You will not regret it. Not to mention that personalities change. Like I started as a Gryffindor, then I was a Slytherin, now I'm a Hufflepuff. So much for the accuracy of online personality quizzes. And considering I was top of the class and I'm an artist, why wasn't I ever in Ravenclaw? Because reasons. Now, I'm not a psychiatrist. I study marketing and animation and worked in advertising. And now I write my own stories. So I've kind of started paying attention to world building because it's something I plan to do well. That is the plan anyway. Hope I'll give you some good stories and you'll like them. Hopefully. In consequence, I now start to question why some things are the way they are in our favorite stories and why I like them. And this is how I turned a hobby into homework. And now back to our topic. As a teen, I thought, meh, Harry Potter is a British story. I thought it must be a British quirk. They like the caste system. They still have it. Whatever happened in Africa and Asia, well, is unfortunate. I didn't really know much about it back then. Didn't care about history and politics when I was a kid. I just loved stories. Um, I grew up in East Europe and was born right around when the Iron Curtain fell. And even though I was, still am, whatever, part of an ethnic minority, nobody really cared that I was a girl or ethnic. Having glasses, that was the problem. Like, yeah, that was a big problem because, nerds are bad. Sure, some people were curious, but I don't recall any stigma for being half Middle Eastern descent. So I just chucked it to cultural differences that, Muggles were bad and Slytherin hated them. Like, wasn't something that really resonated with me. And since I am organized, I never gave it much thought about putting people into little boxes until I got older. Like you have the separation of the four houses in the schools. We didn't have that in East Europe. We didn't have private schools or any kind of separation between kids. But after some years, Europe started getting agitated again, like the USA. And a friend of mine who was studying journalism at the time told me, hey, remember that kid whose dad abandoned him and then his mom died of cancer? Yeah, he was good at history, but not much else. He was held back a couple of years. He was blonde with blue eyes like me, right? Well, I went the other day for a school project to document that anti-Hungarian protest that happened outside your house, and guess who I ran into? Oh yeah, I saw them when I went to school. Who did you run into? That guy. He had a shaved head and was doing the Nazi salute and everything. No way. He got seriously into that fast. I think he drew the Nazi swastika in class, didn't he? No, he tricked his dumb friend to do it, and that guy almost got suspended since, it's illegal to draw it. I see. What a shame. And that story got me thinking about another guy I knew. Same backstory, same colors, but he never went Nazi. Sure, he's considered quirky because he's a vegan in a country that worships pork. And his girlfriend is a few years older than him, which in our country is still a eyebrow raiser, but his story left me wondering why. Why did one apple go bad and not both or neither? Short answer, I suspect, is entourage. The bad apple found a family or community and a bunch of like minded people and the anti whatever they were anti about, while the good apple still had relatives and a loving family to take care of him after his mom passed away. So, are Slytherin depressed or psychopaths? I can't say. Mental health in children seems to only be a recent concern in wake of several tragedies in the USA, and back home I didn't even know we had a counseling office until a friend of mine told me she started going to cope with her parents being alcoholics and her stepmom beating her. So whatever the problem with Slytherin is, I don't think putting them all in one pot to fester is a very good idea. My recommendation would be to join them at the hip, each of them to a Hufflepuff, since puffs are known to produce the least amount of dark wizards. Back home, our benches are two-seaters, and bad students would often be put in front of the class with a good student, which I admit is torture for both because generally they automatically hated each other with intensity, but usually it resulted in the bad student improving and the teacher's pet getting some karma served back at it. So these are my thoughts. The separation of houses is a pretty bad idea. I can understand maybe when the school was founded having a Slytherin under the same roof with a Muggle-born, as they call them mudbloods, was the best they could do. However, not updating means you're just asking for trouble. My opinion. Not an expert. Um, so yeah, it's a bad idea, like separating kids by money or gender or color. I'm not sure if JK ever addressed this. If she has, let me know in the comments below. So hope you've enjoyed this new format with stories. So take care everyone and don't start any other world wars. Bye bye everyone.